Hello, welcome back, M2 students. So today we will start chapter 5.3, the differentiation of composite function. So let's look at what is composite function. If you have a u equals to gx and another function which is y equals to fu, then you can put this u inside this function to make it become y equals to f gx. And then this function, is a composite of the function f and the function g. So we call this composite function. And in this session, we are looking at the skills to finding the free derivative of this kind of functions. And now we go to theorem 5.7. A chain rule, it is a very, very important rule, which you will use all the time in differentiation. Now you have two functions, y equal to fu and u equal to gx. And now we are going to find dy dx, this color may not be good, so we find dy dx is to use the yellow one. Then now, for the right hand side, is the dy du, and then du dx. For dy du, you can find in this way because y is the function of u, right? And for du dx, you can find in this way. And how to remember this formula? Actually, one very important method is you treat it as a fraction. So for this one, dy dx, you can right hand side becomes dy du and du dx. So these two cancel with each other. So you get back dy dx. So this is a very powerful method for you to remember. And for the right hand side, we get the proof of this theorem. Here I don't spend time to go over with you. If you are interested in looking at the proof but you are not understanding, we can have more discussion after the school resume. And if the wording is too small, maybe you can have a look on page 5.58 in our textbook. So today we mainly go to some examples. I will want you to familiar with the skills used in this kind of functions by using the chain rule. So now, if we look at these questions, we have y equals to 3 minus 1 over 2 to the power x to the power 2 and then to the power 5. So this is not a traditional function, which you learned before, because this is not simply like x to the power 5, but the x now becomes another complicated function. So you may treat this as u. So this is the skill we use in the coming steps. So now we let u equals to this one. To make it easier, we change it to x to the power negative 2. And then now, here we just remember the chain rule. If we want to find dy dx, then we need to find dy du and also du dx. So now we can find du dx first. So du dx, then we can have negative 1 over 2, negative 2x to the power negative 3. So we get 1 over x to the power 3. And then afterwards, now du dx done. So we are going to find dy du. So what is y? So y is now becomes u to the power 5. So this is very simple. You just simply get this, right? So now we get this two, then we can have dy dx equals to dy du times du dx. So we have this, we just put everything in u, because now bear in mind this is dy dx, so u should not appear in the answer. So we need to change the u to x. So u to the power 4 becomes this one. Okay, so this is the answer already. Okay, get it? And then now we go to part B. Actually, we apply the same similar skills. Now, for this one, in the questions, sometimes you look for the complicated function. So now this one is the u. Okay, so we try to let u be x minus 2x squared, and then we get du dx first. 1 minus 4x. Okay, so after we get du dx, we try to find dy du. So we first get y equals to 1 over square root u, which is u to the power negative 1 over 2. Okay, so dy du, then we get this one. Okay, so afterwards we can get the answer. So, du dy du times du dx. Du dx is 1 minus 4x. Okay, so we just simply get u, and then we pivot it back, x minus 2x squared. Okay, get it? It's just simply like this. This is the first time we look at the chain rule. So we don't have. I won't show you many complicated questions. Now it's your turn to do the quick practice 1.11, and I will show you the answer in other video. And actually in next lessons we will get more complicated questions by imparting even the product rule and also quotient rule in the questions. So today our target is to familiar with the basic rule of chain rule first. So after finishing the quick practice, please check the answer with me. Make sure you understand the questions and the steps, and then we will have like 20 questions for you to do the practice. Okay, so see you.